Going on, guys? Chase Daniel here, NFL quarterback for 14 years, 7 different teams, and I'm starting a new series called NFL QB Explains. We are going to dive deep into a lot of different areas of the game that maybe you guys have asked me through comments or that I just want to help explain. I'm glad that you guys are loving my quarterback breakdown. Still going to continue this, but right now we are going to talk about 2-minute drill. 2-minute drives, man. It is amazing to me how many games are won and lost in the NFL during 2-minute drives. Teams practice it all the time, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the anatomy of it, what teams are thinking, what's going through the head coach or the play caller's mind when they're calling certain plays, and every 2-minute drive is different. It depends on how much time's left on the clock, how many timeouts you have, how many points you need to score. Everything goes into it in the play calling. And today, we're going to break down Brock Purdy's 2-minute drive, game-winning drive against the Green Bay Packers. Look, they started with the ball with 6 minutes and 18 seconds left in the game. So a lot of you guys are like, it's not a 2-minute drive. Yes, it is. Some key third down conversions, some really good play calls by Shanahan, understanding he didn't want to give the ball back to Green Bay. Thought it was an excellent drive, and they ended with a touchdown to CMC with 1:07 left on the clock. Green Bay actually had to use some of their timeouts to keep them from running the clock and not being able to get the ball back. So, in my opinion, it was a masterclass drive. Let's break it down right here, right now. All right, guys. Appreciate everyone tuning in right now. The anatomy of a 2-minute drill. A lot of things we're going to focus on is timeouts left right here by San Fran. Green Bay has all 3 of theirs too, and there's 6:18 left on the clock. Okay, you're down. You need 4 points, so you need a touchdown, obviously. So we're going to focus on the clock here. The biggest thing for me is, look, they need 69 yards to win the football game. All right, there's 6:18 on the clock, and you have all 3 timeouts left. A lot of people would say that you really don't even need to be in a hurry-up mode. And I would agree with that. There's a lot of stuff that goes through Kyle Shanahan's head. The first thing is, don't let Jordan Love and this offense, LaFleur's offense, get the ball back. That's the number one thing. So I want you to watch through this whole drive. Purdy does an excellent job. Same with Shanahan. He lets the play clock get all the way down almost to 6, 5, 4, 3 seconds before he snaps the football. It's a lot of under center. There's some play action in this drive. Okay, and this is what we're going to talk about. You need 69 yards. I would say the target field goal line is 35, but you know for a fact that you're in 4-down territory. You're not kicking a field goal. You need 4 points, so you need to score a touchdown to win the football game. And I just thought this was great because this 2-minute drive does not look anything like a normal drive would, and that's because a normal 2-minute drive would, because I just think it starts with 13. Look, he had a rough game pretty much the whole game, missed 6 or 7 throws, but when clutch time came, he came up clutch. And no bigger one than this start of the drive. It's an easy completion. They're running a bootleg. I'm going to show it to you, to Jennings right here. A lot of people are saying, well, it's only a 7-yard gain. I agree. The number one thing in a 2-minute drill and what coaches talk about is starting the drive off with a completion. I don't care what it is. And especially, it's hard to find these completions when these DBs and this Joe Barry-led secondary defense is playing shell coverage, and that shell coverage is too high look, so it just becomes a lot more difficult to find underneath completions, especially explosive plays, stuff like that. So all they're doing, Ayuk's going to run a corner here, James going to come out, fake like he's stock blocking, okay, and you're going to have a slide right here. So it's just 1 to 2, and Purdy just takes the open guy, which I thought was excellent. Get the completion, roll. The clock is running. I don't think that San Francisco used a timeout this entire drive because their goal was to not only score to win, but also leave the least amount of time. And we'll talk about it, but they left Green Bay with 1:07. This drive took over 5 minutes long for 69 yards. Good fake right here. Not necessarily want to break down the plays, but how they got to them. Okay, so this is a great little move right here by Jennings. I love the fact that he's staying in bounds too. That's not talked about enough. I guarantee you they talked about this on the sideline. Stay in bounds, let the clock move. Okay, as you see here, the clock is moving, all right? Look at where the play clock is too, okay? If I can pause it. This is the play clock. Okay, this is when he's breaking the huddle, 10 seconds. Okay, 5:41 left, 2nd and 3. This is another thing that they did. They stayed ahead of the chains. So when they're snapping this ball, they're letting all the clock run out. Okay, they're going to get in a trips bunch formation, motion Kittle over to 2x2. Then you're bringing a motion. It's just an easy little run up the middle. Nothing crazy. Okay. I like the fact that they're bringing this. They're trying to draw this linebacker this way. Okay, you see this too high shell look. They're light in the box. And when they're light in the box, you can run the football. And they're running a slice play right here. You bring Kittle right there. Make sure he cuts him. And it's inside zone. It's meant to cut back. All you got to get is 3 yards. Does he get the first down? No, he's short. Okay. And that leads me to the next one. Okay, look when he's breaking the clock. 8 seconds. This is a great job by Brock Purdy using all the clock possible. And look, it's an easy play. You don't have to get up. You don't have to be in this tush-push area. This is a play call outside zone right here. But Purdy's just going to sneak in between the center and the left guard, get 2 yards for a first down, and most importantly, on a quarterback sneak, keep the clock running. Really good job there, finding the open A gap. Okay, and then in the week, this is talked about. Everything's talked about. Which way are we going to go on a quarterback sneak? Are we going to go, they're in a bear front right here, which means they have everyone covered. They have 5 defensive linemen. Are we going to go left? Are we going to go right? Who's the softer 3 technique? Who's the wider technique? Right here, 90 is the wider technique, but I also think they like running behind big number 65 right there. Purdy gets small, gets into the window right here, ends up breaking a first down right here. So I like this. All this is equal, tighter technique. Okay, there's almost no one covering this little A gap right here on the defense side of the ball. So that's where they end up going. Nice work. Look, this was going to be inside zone. Look at this. Purdy said, you know what? I'm just going to keep it. Like that. Took it into his hands. Okay, look. Play clock too. Look, this is a huge thing because you want the clock to run down when you're in 6:18. So it's almost like a 4-minute drill, which means, hey, you're winning. Okay, you want to use clock. Add it on to a 2-minute drill where you actually need to score. So the biggest thing I thought this drive that they did, obviously bringing Jennings over, is they stayed ahead of the chains. They were in only 2 or 3 third downs out of 12 drives. Right here, you have 2 vertical right here. Okay, it's too high, so it's not great. And you have this levels concept to Ayuk. I thought he probably could have used this and thrown to Ayuk right here versus too high. Okay, you want to work these seams and this go versus single high, cover 3. Up here versus any cover 2 or cover 4. And what I like most about it, he just trusts the CMC. Okay, he's under center. Watch his eyes right there. He said, hey, you know what? I see too high right now. I don't need to push the ball down the field. I'm just going to take my check down to CMC. Awesome job there. Let's see it from the back view. Okay, under center is a little bit more difficult. They're starting in a slot formation, motion and over. So he has a bender right here. And I would say even in this bender and too high, you can work it, but he understands the situation. It's rainy. They don't need a lot of yards. Just get into 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, okay? And I've seen him throw this before. I'm not going to lie. Like, I've seen him throw this before. I thought Kittle on this route got too wide. He needs to go and bend it right there. He could have thrown to him, but the whole way, watch Purdy's eyes. The whole way, he's saying, hey, it's too high. CMC, let me just move, find you a ball, get the ball in my playmaker's hands, make a miss, get a little bit, couple more yards. Okay, 2nd and 5. Play clock, I'm telling you, really, really good job. Now you're getting to the 3-minute range right here. Okay, empty, 2nd and 5. Okay, I like the fact that they got in this empty alignment where everyone on this side is inside of the numbers. Okay, you have off the ball, Kittle and CMC. I'm guessing they're going to be chipping right there. Yep, to control the line of scrimmage. So you really have a 3-man route versus quarters coverage, 7 underneath. So in my opinion right now, if I'm Brock Purdy, I know for a fact that I just want to check this down right here to Kittle or to CMC. And right here it looks like he's going to Kittle, drop. Okay, not a great, hey, everyone drops them. You have a clear out. You have a dagger. by Ayuk. If this was fourth down, obviously he would have tried to work Ayuk, but I thought he did a really good job right here understanding how much depth this linebacker got. Okay, all these play into situations, and honestly, a drop right here is not the worst thing. Obviously, you want to have first down. You get the third down, it stops the clock so you can sort of regroup a little bit, and once you regroup a little bit, you can get the best play moving forward. Okay, really good job by Purdy understanding it. Sees this Mike linebacker get depth. A lot of times you do not see Kittle drop that ball right here. All right, most important play of the game. Look, I already know it. Okay, it's two vertical on this side, very similar to what they ran, and they run this little 5-step slant and then a little in route. And this is the first time all drive that Green Bay has switched up coverages. They're in man-to-man coverage. And it looks like they're blitzing 5, and this guy's going to have the back. So all this goes through the quarterback's head, especially when the clock stops. You get to actually see it coming out of the huddle a little bit faster, not being a huge rush. He feels 5-man pressure. Okay, he feels Owens going to cover CMC. And look, this DB should not let Ayuk inside. And when he does let Ayuk inside, it's game over. And actually, it's pretty good coverage right here and a heck of a throw and a heck of a catch. This completion quite possibly saved their season because it would have been fourth down. Who knows if they would have got it. Really good job by Purdy throwing it down and away. Let's see it right here. 5-man pressure, overload front. He knows 34 is coming down. All this happens because he's understanding what the clock situation is. And look at the ball. Just a perfect throw right there. Really good job catching the ball, moving the chains, okay? 3:07, 3:06. Clock is running. Okay, they're on the verge of field goal range, but they don't need field goal range. Play clock they're not in a rush. And this, to me, is really cool. Go up there, and you're choosing Chris Conley's side. I love it. His 4th catch of the year. Okay, all it is these deep 18-yard circus routes. They're called circus. I don't know why they're called circus, but they're deep out routes. Chip to the flat. But I love the fact that Purdy already has the ball in his hands right here. He's using cadence in a 2-minute drive. And when you use cadence in a 2-minute drive, if guys, and especially DBs, are trying to disguise, they are going to be out of whack. Okay, he goes to rotation, and I think what he's working here is he's working the boundary because it's a shorter throw. And this guy has outside leverage, doesn't have inside leverage like he should. Conley does a heck of a job just pushing vertical. I played with Chris Conley back in the day, and probably Conley's most important catch of the season. Under center, too, makes it a little bit more difficult. Good drop, good throw, good catch. So good, we got to see it nice. Hey, number 3, got to get set. Surprised they didn't call that right there. Okay, going fast, though. Look what it does. 2-man rush when you're going this fast. And another thing, when you can stay on the field versus defenses on 2-minute drives, they get gassed. They are absolutely gasping for air. The conditioning goes down. They can't get people in and out. Okay, clock stopped. Doesn't really matter what time you snap the ball. Kittle motion over to a 3-by-1 bunch. Just takes it, okay? It's just a clear out. That's all it is. They're just trying to clear out with Ray McLeod and Conley and just get Kittle one-on-one over here. I like this. He's still understanding, hey, we're in field goal range. It doesn't matter, though. 3 minutes left in the game. We have an eternity to score. We don't need to use our timeouts at all. The whole way. Look, clear out. Just throw it to Kittle. Understand, hey, you know what? I'm going to go right back to you even though you dropped the ball. And look, this is where Kittle's really good at. Run after the catch. He caught it 2 yards, ended up getting 8, okay, to get into 2nd and 2 right here. They just want to get this off before the 2-minute warning, right? There's 2:21 left. 8 seconds left on the play clock, okay? Tight formation. Just need to get a first down. Motioning over to Kittle. Probably going to run some type of inside zone. Strong. That's what the 49ers do. Oh, they're going weak with it. Good job by Juice right there. Good job by the left tackle. getting it. So look, they're just running their offense in this 2-minute drive. And the reason they're running their offense, they're not in a rush. They're just calm. It's they had so much time left. Okay, but every single play counted. They stayed ahead of the sticks. They stayed ahead of the chains. They stayed ahead of the clock right here. And it's 2-minute right here. All right, so here's what I imagine would happen. San Fran's got 3 timeouts. So does Green Bay. If you're Green Bay, I think that eventually at some point, if they keep driving closer and closer, you have to use your timeouts to get the ball back. 3-by-1 bunch right here. Okay, exploding juice all the way outside. Conley in the slot. Okay, Kittle back here. Let's see what they end up doing. A little bubble screen, which, look, I didn't love this call right here. I understand what you're trying to do, but when you have a guy and a slot receiver who has only had 4 catches all year, he's actually supposed to block this guy. They're in a penny front, which means there's 5 guys over there. No one gets up to the second level. Just not a good play. CMC was actually lucky to really get back to the line of scrimmage, if not lose 1 yard. 2nd and 10 right here. So that the reason they went out of bounds, Green Bay gets to keep their timeouts. Okay, all this stuff is going through the head coach's mind. All this stuff is going through the quarterback's mind. In reality, you still have to score a touchdown. Okay, I thought this was an interesting play call to me. Not quite sure what they're trying to do. I think it's a bust. Okay, I think he's going through. I think he was supposed to run a corner, and then Conley was supposed to run an option route. Either way, it doesn't really matter because he's just working to CMC. Would have loved for him to just put this ball on him. Kittle right here. They're trying to 2-on-1 this corner and this too high look right here. Okay, he doesn't like it. It's fine. Make a guy miss. Okay, and go run. This is the first time I've seen him really lower his head right there to get into a 3rd and short. Understanding, hey, young guys, when you're like this, give the ball right back to the official. The official's going to run it in, and you got an eternity left on that clock. Okay, so Green Bay decided to save their timeouts. It's 3rd and 1, the biggest thing right here. Look how much the time's left on the play clock. Not a lot. Okay, we're going to motion over, getting heavy people, and we're going to run it. Okay, and when they get like this, it opens. Man, this is such a good job. They're like in a 6-2. I mean, they're pretty much in goal line right here, and they're able to just run it right at them on an inside zone to the right. Really good job right here by the right guard. CMC's got to beat 1. Okay, and it's just a masterclass sort of this 2-minute drive. And I put this on here is because Jordan Love threw a pick. This is the best play in football. Victory. Okay. More drives end in 2-minute drill than you think. And I thought that Brock Purdy and the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan did a heck of a job going 69 yards for a win.